It's moved on a 2+. Yeah. Good evening, folks, and welcome. There we go. And welcome back to another evening of Blood Bowl. We are just going to jump straight into this match because our ticket is waiting for us. So, anyone that tuned in earlier, we had a bit of an aborted run-in on the fumble match. Our opponent couldn't get online, so we had a bit of a break, and now we're going to go straight in with the Ogres Dwarfs. We have 100k to spend. I think we're going to spend it on a bribe. I would normally take 2 babes, but I think a bribe might be better in this instance, so that's where we're going. We're going to go for a bribe, which probably means we're going to end up fouling. We do have a sneaky git snotling to take advantage of. Our opponent has an agility dodge runner, a block runner, a mighty blow troll slayer, and I think 3 guard. All in, and being dwarves, lots and lots of tackle. Let's see, can we get the camera in a better spot for us? It's also a bit bright. There we go. Right, it's our home stadium. It makes no difference at this point. We're all set. You should all be able to hear me. Let's say hello. Okay, and the kickoff is in our favour. Shall we? We're going to go on the offensive. It works when I play halflings on the tabletop, so we're going to try it with the ogres here. If we're going to try and score an 8, defend for 8, and then it does give us the turn 16 one-turner option, if we have any players left by that point. Let's just throw some skills on, so we can work out which our 2 skilled ogres are. We have block, and we have a guard. We have a sneaky hit, we have a movement catch. Yeah, movement catch. We also have a niggle floating around that I didn't quite get a chance to fire. So we are stuck with that extra player to deal with. Where our opponent is, yep, agility dodge, a guard, block there, that must be another runner. It is, that's the runner. The block must be our ogre. So we get 1, 2, 4 guard, a mighty blow on the edge 4 there, which is very nice. Not quite the dwarf team we played a few weeks ago, which had a movement 8 runner, which was a interesting sight to deal with. All of a sudden the dwarfs were rather nippy, shall we say. Right, let's just turn that down. So you should also have a bit of background music, I believe. So give me a shout if you think that's a bit loud, because I can't quite hear what you can. We are running 3 rerolls. Bribe, we got the fame, and our opponent has the bribe. The weather is nice, so all in all, about as good as we could hope for here. Our opponent is 4-1-1, and we are 3-2-1. So we'll be carrying on the block ogre, and he has split himself up. Block, block, and block. So let's leave the guard in the centre. And let's have you guys there. We're even going to go and put a couple of snotlings up and about here. Like that. Okay. We will be saving our movement. Catch, try and hold him for later in the game. We will keep our sneaky git around because we have the bribe, and that should does not give us anything much. Let's put you up there. That becomes 3 dice, that becomes 3 dice, that's 3 dice. And let's go for that. If it's a deep kick here, we're going to have a little bit of a bother. But thankfully, being dwarves, they're not overly quick. So they only outpace us by a little bit. And we pick up another reroll. And it's not a bad kick. But shall we start with... Let's see about some blocks. We have a 3 dice here, which works. So let's push you across. Or push you back. I think we will push you back and follow it up. We don't break. And then, shall we go for 3 dice here? I think we shall. And we get another knockdown here. And that one we'll just push into there and stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might throw the foul in there. Or we could see about putting it in here. And we get the knockdown there as well. Let's push that in there. Let's follow that one up. We break, just a stun. Nice to see. And we needed the mighty blow there just to get through. Now we're not going to get 3 dice here. But let's go for, we have a blitzer there and we have a tackle there. So if we can remove one of the tackles, that would be good for us. And there's the bonehead. So we are not going to be re-rolling that one. Do we want to line up the foul first or the pickup? We get 1, 2. We're only going to get +2 on the foul. And it's an armor 9. Or we're going to get plus more on that one. So let's see about that. We don't have tackle there, so we can go like that. And we do get to try 6+ foul here. It's a shame it is the armor break, but we don't get through, and that leaves us with the pickup. Bonehead's good, pickup's good. Let's go and stand over here. And we can safely bring some players back. Where would we like to stand those players? We can stick them. We've got a bonehead here to worry about. So you can come straight through there. But you're only movement 4, so you're only going to get 1 square of movement. That's okay. And let's bring you into there as well. Try and support each other. And you're also protecting there, so I think you're alright there. We'll leave it at that. The gnoblars all have sidestep, so we don't need to fear the troll slayers surfing us too much, because we can go where we choose, and we might even be able to pull them out of position. But they naturally get 3 dice, so we're unlikely to see anything more than 2 dice in the dwarf's favour. We also need to watch out for the tackle, because they stand a reasonable chance of bringing down a snotling on a failed dodge. So the first one will either be a bonehead, as it was here, or a failed dodge. But the runners, the slayers, and the blitzers don't. So we are currently facing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Might only be 4 players here with a tackle that we need to fear. Well, the most important thing there is that we picked up the ball. And out of all of our matches, the Ogres have been surprisingly good at handling the ball here. We haven't had to worry too much about multiple turns not picking it up. And gets his knockdown there. gets the first casualty. I'm sure we'll see a few of them. Just a badly hurt, because he rolled a 9, which the stunty makes any roll of a 9 an automatic badly hurt rather than an injury. And Marks is up there. That is one of his guards, Longbeards. Right, so looks like we're going to have a block here. It looks like he's offering up blocks with the dwarves, which is fine. Not very good for us. We don't mind hitting them, but it does pose us the slight issue that we're not likely to remove them as we have done with the people like the Skaven that we played earlier in the season, due to the armor 9 and the thick skull. But if we get a chance to hit a runner or a slayer, armor 8, a little bit more likely to do some damage. Well, this setup here does kind of favour me putting the ball over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get the ball to the halfway line. With a block here and a block here, and then potentially a blitz through or backwards. Or blitz the Slayer. But it depends on what that is, depends on what that is. It also depends on how many blowheads we do roll. The Slayers have Dauntless, I do believe. They do indeed have Dauntless, so we need to watch out for a Slayer, because they will get a 3+ roll to go 1 dice up on an Ogre. But we do need to see about that block there. That block there opens up the route through here, that block there, and we get in here. So, shall we say... It's a tackle, so we can't easily get 2 dice without rolling some dodges. So let's just go 2 dice. And if it's a push, we can work with a push. 1, so we need to get you out of the way as well. Let's see what that is. That's just a push. And we don't really want to see much there. Let's push you straight back as well. But we're going to stay. Let's see about that blitz. The Bonehead's good this time. And double pow. Just what we wanted to see. And we will follow that up. Okay, we don't break there. Not a problem. How about that ball carrier? Marvellous. He wants to keep moving as well. That gets our ball to the halfway line. Which leaves you. You're also free to move, so let's put you in here. Tackle on both of those. And not tackle there. Let's pull you forward, give us a player to work with next turn on the right side of the Ogres here, leaving us with a block here. You will take a reroll of that. That does open up the option there, of course, for more Ogre shenanigans. Well, let's see about getting a player in here. And why not? Let's just have a jump on there. This time we do get through the armour. It's a stun. But that takes care of one of the guards. Now, there is, of course, the option to get the ball, or the ball carrier marked there. But but getting a Slayer to it isn't likely here. So getting 2 dice on the ball, not too likely. But this little Cruz Campo at the back here, already at 2 casualties, so he's on 4 points just this match alone. Neither time needing the tackle, block doing all the work there. So we are down our bench. And going down there as well. Any one of those dice will do. Chooses to keep us in place, but this time doesn't break. Okay, if we get to move this turn, then you're going to be pretty much out of range for a turn. Will we see? That's the assist you need, so a dauntless roll here for the ogre to hit the just an unskilled ogre. Sorry, the troll slayer there to hit the unskilled ogre. Our guard is just here, so not really doing a lot. That's a runner, so he can move quite quickly. And that runner there provides assist, but we've already seen the blitz, so the blitz isn't going to be from this Slayer. And that is an assist position. And this would actually allow a chain push arrangement. Dauntless is good. Will he take the push here? No, he chooses the pound, but he can push a player onto the ball. And he decides instead to push his Troll Slayer back. Which I'm okay with. And a push there is good for us. Because we're going to go over here. So what do you have here? 3. So you could get a 1 dice there, but it would be without block. That's obviously a 2+ dodge away with the reroll. Okay, what we're going to do here is blitz that. And if we can make it 3 dice, that would be extra handy. But I am dead short on gnoblars. 1's over here, 2 are out. So if I want to get someone out, it's you. You're not going anywhere, so if you'll stand up, that's helpful. So you could block, but it's only 2 dice, looking for a push to free you up. But I think we will try that. We get our knockdown. This time we are going to stay where we are. Okay, but that means you are free, and you can stand in here. It doesn't leave a lot of options here on the foul, but if you will move, we can get a 3 dice blitz. Blitz is good. 3 dice gives me just the push. We're not going to follow it up, but we are going to go and stand in. I'm not quite sure where we're going to stand. I think we're going to stand there. Okay, let's see about getting that ball carrier moving, shall we? Marvellous. Okay, and that leaves me with a block here on a troll slayer, which I'm going to need to make. We do manage to knock him down, which is handy for us. You can go that way, we will follow it up. We break the slayer, and we get a stun. Very nice. And then that leaves us with you, who are no longer tagged by tackle. So going and standing there is pretty good. And you're tagged by tackle. But if you could get out to there, that would be good too. We're not going to re-roll it, but we don't need to. There we go. So 3 turns. So far we've been very lucky with the boneheads. We've only managed the first one. And then everyone else has been playing marvellously. We have the ball. We are halfway down the opposing side. Perhaps more progress than we would like to see. So far we've only managed to lose 2 gnoblars, both to this brutal killer down here. And I think both were badly hurt, so we will see them again in the next match. I mean, indeed, 2 more badly hurts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't score this next turn, even if we wanted to. So that's turn 4. So the earliest we could score is turn 5. And we have been kind of lucky. We've managed to stun 2 dwarfs so far, making a bit of a dent on their armour. You could make this 2 dice. In fact, that's 1 dice now. That would be 2 dice even if the Dauntless fails. But it might not be 2 dice into 2 dice, depending on the result. Doesn't matter. Knockdown on the first. Oh, it wasn't the frenzy, that was just the runner. Does that mean we have a blitz? So you've still got a blitz to see. I could say hit either of these 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's a couple of go for it if he wants to come in here on the blitz. Or of course he could still hit a snotling if he doesn't want to hit an ogre. That's a more than viable option. He could decide to come and clobber over here, try and chip another gnoblar. I've only just noticed that. It looks like you don't quite see the entire game on the window. Let me just see if I can just shrink that in a bit. Like that. Yeah, at some point that must have got shuffled. There you go, guys. You can just see what turn we're on. 1, 2, 3, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's still a blitzable target. That's still a blitzable target. And there you go. Back here and brings down the gnoblar there with tackle. We're going to keep going this way. It's the direction we need to be travelling. And once again we survive. Tough little fella that. We're running out of time here. Last few seconds. Okay. So we can have 3 dice here if we want. In fact, we can stick our guard in wherever we like. So we'd have to put you in there. No, we've got guard there. So I think we will be hitting that. 2 dice there. A knockdown would free you up. You're not blitzing, and you're not dodging, so you're just going to stand up. Marvellous. That's not a viable... That's only 2 dice again, so we could make it 1 dice. Don't think there's a real need to. We can't shift the tackle from these 2. And if we get the ball up to here, it isn't surfable. And it will affect how else the rest of this turn plays out. So let's try that. Marvellous. We're still moving. A touchdown here would level that player, which is very nice. Do we go? I think we're actually going to go 2 dice here, and we'll throw a reroll at it if we need to do. I think that is a better play this time rather than making it 3 dice. The runner there doesn't have block. He does have dodge though. But we'll take that as the blitz. Knockdown is marvellous. We will follow it up. We break and we remove the edge 4 dodge. Okay, do we want to be stood anywhere else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Being stood there helps us. Whilst having you stood there potentially helps. Getting you back would be handy as well. Let's see now, you're still free, but if we get you out of the way... 2 dice there, we can't really afford that, so we'll turn it into a POW instead. We'll be staying to tag these 2 out. And we're even going to risk the go for it. Don't have the option. We managed a bonehead. Okay, having you back is pretty important. So let's see about that one. We don't roll a 1 there. Now then, I think that's pretty good as it is. And we make that dodge. And how about this dodge? We make that one as well. Our dodges have been on point tonight. And there we go. So far only 2 boneheads, which is a bit of a change up from the Kids Left match last week, where we rolled 2 not boneheads in the first handful of turns. And this week they've learnt their lesson. If we'd been playing vampires last week, we wouldn't have had much of a team left by half time. So thankfully it's Ogres. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can easily score now. We have burnt through 2 of our 4 rerolls. No, we burnt 1 of our 3 rerolls. Did we get a free one? We got 1 on the kickoff, so we've only got 2 on the roster, that's it. So we burnt 1 there on the both down result. And we're going to see some damage potentially back here. But I don't think the Dwarves are going to be able to stop us from scoring. If the edge 4 dodge stays out, that would be a bit of a result for us. There are 12 on the roster, the Dwarves do have a bench. So we'll still be facing a full 11 for the remainder of this half, whereas we'll be fielding an 11 if we don't lose anyone else. Well, those 2 casualties aren't coming back though. That would be 2 dice into 1 dice, assuming he passed both Dauntlesses. But would also leave him tagging out there. 1 dice push on an ogre, that's okay for us. I'm more than happy there to see that. So what will our opponent do here? So I don't see him hitting the ball carrier, so he's going for the ogre at the back. This will be Dauntless. Dauntless is fine. And not gets his knockdown there. Ooh, breaks and injures one of the ogres. Not very helpful for us. Badly hurt. We've got no apple, we can't do anything about that. Which means our only bet here is not even a blitz to free us up here. Yeah. Can't get out of that. You guys are too far back to help. A dodge here would be a 4+. And it might actually be our best play. Tackle, tackle. 2, 3, 4, 6. We'll be taking the push there. Okay, so we have a couple of blocks here. We have a block there. Your tackle. You could get in there and offer an assist. That's the only assist square, though. And I can't get in anywhere else. I can't even get a cheeky one-die blitz with a snotling here. If I filled that square in there and blocked in from there, I could create a little chain push to get us out. But that doesn't help. We might just have to punch here and live with it. Or risk the dodge. 4+ dodge here with a reroll is probably our best bet to score. I don't like it, and it could leave us in a pretty rough position. But I'm not sure what else we have to try. We can't dodge out that way. So what if we were to guard? If you were to blitz there, that would be a thing. Or, no, I think we'll do that. We'll chance hitting a dwarf. You could actually punch in there and leave you free. Let's try that instead. We do get the knockdown, it's a good start. Push you backwards, follow it up, that tags out you. But you can then go 1, 2. It doesn't really help anything, but let's just see about it anyway. Hopefully we don't need to burn another reroll here. We don't. And it's another stun. We are chipping dwarfs here and there. It's Thick Skull there doing its job. We needed the Mighty Blow to get through. And a Bonehead there. We aren't re-rolling that because we are going to try and dodge out. It is a 4+ dodge. Assuming we pass the Bonehead, it's 75% likely to work with the re-roll. So let's see. And we don't make it. Let's see what the reroll says. And the reroll says no. Yeah, the reroll says injured. Not good for us. I'm not sure who's doing the block. The Longbeard, I think. So let's just follow up. And we are stunned anyway. And can't surface because of the sidestep. That is just a push. But he gets 2 more dice at us, or 3 more dice. That's the knockdown he needed. And manages to stun us again. That stun there was a little unhelpful. So let's just see how the dwarves go, because they have a runner back here. 1, 2, 3. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can get to the ball on a 6. We haven't got an ogre close, so if he show hands here, yep. So reasonable chance here of getting the ball. Slightly better than our chance of dodging out. That's a knockdown. Not an armor break this time though. Nearly rolled the 5. And if he gets the ball, not much we can do other than attempt 3 dice uphill with a snotling. These guys are out of snotlings. We can't even throw one from here. So it all depends on what this pickup is. Sure hands gets it done. We don't particularly want the ball in the crowd. If we did actually manage to get a triple knockdown, that's where it would be. Not anymore. Okay, that ball isn't going anywhere. 1, 2, 3. Best thing we could achieve here would be to base the ball up. So let's see if that is possible. So far, so good. We do indeed get to base up the ball, and we're going to do it because no, we don't even get to base up the ball because I followed up instead. Right. Okay, so instead we'll take a punch here. Not going to follow it up because I don't want to be next to that Slayer, and then I'm going to be dodging you out. Yep. Marvellous. Simply we don't want to be stood next to that chap there, and you're going in there. And use his tackle. So we go down. We aren't re-rolling that. We've only got 1 left. If we do, for some reason, get a cheeky shot at the ball, the reroll will come in handy. But 2 turns left here. There's a fair chance the dwarves won't score in the 3 they have left. But the chances of us getting our touchdown also pretty slim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ball can't get more than here. We've removed 1. He's got 2 out of 3 players here. He could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it. Hand off and be 2, 3. That's probably his best bet. Brings down an ogre, but he's not out. Yeah, I think the play here is the handoff. It's come through. Give it to this blitzer. And keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be here. Are they 6 or 5? 5 for blitzers. But if he was to do that and get the ball down, that would be... We'd still need to go for it, I think. 2 turns. Yeah, we still need to go for it. And fluffs the catch. Good for us. Double 1's the catch. If we want any chance at it, then we need to blitz in there. on the dodge. You can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere. Unless you would throw a snotling, but there isn't one standing. And we are short 2. So we'll be down 1 ogre for the half. But pick you up and throw you this way might not be horrendous. Or we could blitz there and just base the ball. It's probably the play. Yeah, we are short of it being that slay. We might not even see a dwarf touchdown here. We might go into half time at 0-0. But that is probably the play. It's probably that blitz to get in there, which means you can't do much. So let's go and stand just there. And you could come and stand over here. Everyone else would have to dodge. So let's see about this first. A blitz here. Here's a knockdown. And then we can go and stand there. Which does at least put an ogre on the ball. And yep, having to blitz backwards. Well, we've got to get the ball to this Troll Slayer to stand any chance now of making the touchdown. You can't do anything. If you were stood there, that would secure that. Can I get you back? Yes, I can. And if you were to come all the way back here, that would be very helpful too. Okay, that might have stopped the dwarf touchdown. He needs 12 squares, and this Slayer is the only one that's going to possibly reach. So first thing he does is make that movement, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He still needs a couple to go for it. So I gave away a hit here just to pin the Slayer down. Slayers don't have tackle, but they do have block. This one does have mighty blow as well, so if he gets hold of this snotling, it doesn't look good. And he does indeed get his knockdown. And chooses to pin me. Oh! Oh! Rolls double 2 for the armour and doesn't break. An assist in there makes that 1 dice, and he has plenty of players to make it 2. That looks like that player there. He gets his knockdown. And doesn't break the ogre this time. So this is, yep, the 4+ pickup, 3+ dodge. Makes his pickup, makes his dodge. That action there does stop us from having a shot at the ball here. So the dwarves successfully turned us over, but what's his option here? It is the handoff. It's the 4+ handoff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's the reroll. That's the last reroll used. No, it's not. Sorry, he has another one. That also stops the blitz now. Unless I wanted to risk the 5+4+ dodge, we will be taking the skull there though. We managed to KO another one. Armor 10, 8 on the injury. 9 with Mighty Blow. So just about bypassed Thick Skull. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is no reasonable chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go for it, go for it. So I need 5+4+2+2+ for 2 dice on the ball. We do have a reroll, but I think that is the wrong play. We can, with block, 1, 2, 3, 4, have 3 dice on you, followed by an additional 3 dice if it doesn't work. And where is our dirty player there? If you were to stand there, and you were to stand there, we might still, or we would still get a foul in here. So 3 dice, we'll get the knockdown. We get the armor break, and we managed to injure the Mighty Blow Slayer. That's probably going to be the Apo used. Definitely. He isn't going to carry a Strength 2 Slayer. The Apo works in our favour. It's an MNG, which is points for our... So that's the level up on the Block Ogre. He didn't get his touchdown, but he does get his level up. And that does mean, short of flattening this one, and even then I don't think we'll see a foul. We do get the knockdown though. The follow-up says he's fine. Oh, nope, that was a snotling. Be a couple of go for it. I could throw you, but I don't think it's a good idea. That is a blitzer, so we can go through that square. We have a reroll, it's turn 8. Let's risk it. For a biscuit. All the 6s there. Well, I'm glad we got them, because that would give the Dwarves a touchdown. We double 6'd and injured. I will happily take that, because that is a Dwarf off the pitch. We do have a bribe. I don't mind the bribe failed there. 100k to remove a Dwarf is quite alright in my books. But we did draw out the 1s. Whilst we got all the 6s, we drew out a double 1, which would avoid the catch here. 2's good. Into... Oh, he makes the catch. And now a double go for it. Oh, and the 1 on the GFI brings down the Slayer. Oh, wow. Yeah, 4 Dwarves out. That is good for us. We are fielding, obviously we are down 4 as well. So the Dwarves are down 3, we are down 2. So we have the numbers advantage, which is what we'd like to see, of course. And levelling up an ogre is also helpful. That's an odd setup. I'm not sure I like it, but I do want to protect this guy, and I kind of want to protect this guy. So what did our opponent have to say there? So we are actually running 3 rerolls on this roster, so we did get a 4th on the kickoff. So it is possible here for him to get 2 dice across the Ogre's front line, but we weren't going to be putting 3 snotlings up there. We have removed the Mighty Blow, which is nice. We've removed the Edge 4, which is even nicer. But what we have removed is only 1 of the tackle, which means we're facing more tackle now than we were when we started. With 1, 2, 3, 4 tackle, 5 tackle on the pitch. Yep. Yeah, both guards. In fact, he can put 3 guards up there and then block away to his heart's content. He's only down to 2 edge 3 though. 1 runner, 1 blitzer. And we've picked up 2 points on the block from taking down the Slayer, and it was a foul on the Sneaky Git, and it swallowed up the bribe, which was a shame, but worth it. Especially for dwarves, you don't often expect to see a dwarf removed. We might still be able to turn them over here. Let's just see how this turns out. We probably should have spread our players out looking on it. If we'd gone for here and here as opposed to 3 in the centre, would have given us a wider frontage to work with. Also force the dwarves to commit a bit stronger to the line. No kick, so into the safe square, and we pick up the reroll again. Okay, shallow kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The runner can still reach it though. And the blitzer must be on the line, is he? He is indeed. Gives him the extra guard. So he's got 3 guard on the line. Oh, rough start there for the dwarves. But gets his knockdown on the reroll. Doesn't break. But that is our guard taken care of, so he now has easy-ish blocks here to work with. And brings down the second ogre. And breaks, but only stuns. Big injury dice here, another double 6. Ooh, just a push this time. Meaning we get a chance to clobber that Slayer. Very good blitzers, I suppose. Three, 4, 5. We'd have to put the guard in there. Nope, decides to pick on a snotling, which is fine. Takes him down. Let's go this way. Assuming we survive, which we don't. KOs, Nilbog. And moves his tackle up there onto a Gnoblar, which is fine. So picking up with the runner, he's burned his reroll, so the short hands here is going to come important. And it does indeed, that's a 1 for the pickup into a 4. And he probably won't move. Okay, yeah, no, can move the blitzer down that side, that's a fair play. We can't get through there. But we have a block in there. You just get to stand up. That does pin quite a few dwarfs. We were going to get 2 dice there, can't get a third. We could commit everyone there. We could blitz that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blitz there. Commit enough snotlings there to make that. 4, 5 for the blitz. I'd have to go for it. Might be worth it though. In order to hit that one. Would leave us a little committed to one side, but that's okay. I like that play. That's the play we're going to make. So first off, let's see about this. The bonehead is a good start. The block dice, not so much. So it might force him to play differently, but let's go and set up the surf. Push the Slayer there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It is indeed a matter of committing enough players here. Let's leave you in there. Probably the wrong move. Put you in there. Oh no, we've used the blitz, so that's fine. And then hope for the knockdown here. Nope, just a push. But we are going to push you in there and follow it up. And that's our turn. So is this to worry about next turn? He's got enough players to deal with both of these. We'll get this ogre back. 2 dice there, gives him the knockdown on the niggle, who is injured. The niggle is only badly hurt because he rolled a 9. So we're going to see Dwarfs repositioned down here, and we're going to be a little stuck to, a little struggle to stop them there, I think. The play probably wasn't to follow that up, it probably was to come back across, because that ball is out of our range. And yet you can deal with both of those. You're kind of tagged into place, because even if you want to go for it, go for it. Push there's helpful. Though it does free up another dwarf. Dauntless works, which gets in the knockdown. And 2 dice there gets in the knockdown. That's the ogres on the floor. Which means we're not going to be able to stop the dwarf score here. And he's going to try the 4+3+ dodge. Oh, and he gets it. Right, if we want to do anything, it probably involves blitzing this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Double go for it. And nothing for it but to stand these guys up or roll boneheads. That's also an option. You're getting up. And you're getting up. Okay, so we only failed 1 there. That is tackle, so let's try this first. 3 dice with block. Chances are we're all right. Yes, we are. Oh, we go on the GFI. We probably will re-roll that. Because that will help to force the score here. Because he's going to be only a couple of players here against our potentially 4. But only not getting this play, not getting the ogre back up, gives him the options here to get some players back in the game because he has a guard. He has a couple of guard in there, plus a dauntless. And a blitz in from this square can push this guy out. Shun will take the block there, he does indeed. And there's a guard in there, there's a guard in there, so yeah. Get this guy back in the game. Okay, he decides to use his blitz down here on a knobbly, gets him down. And doesn't break again. The gnoblars are proving a little sturdier than normal. What will happen to the ball here? Going to risk the double GFI to score. And this time he makes it. You only fail the double GFI once. Right, we are down 5. And we get our KO back. Do the dwarf KOs come back? One of them does. So we're still down 3 players. 2 because of his bench. But we are starting to run out of players here. We're only fielding 7. And the dwarfs have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have a grand total of 2. We have 6 turns. That was a 3-turn dwarf drive. Very quick. Might have been a mistake. I don't know whether that's how you would perceive it necessarily. We have 6 turns, 3 rerolls, 4 ogres. Chances of removing any more are a little slim. We've done pretty well so far. But it's the route we're going to go for. We are going to man up across the front here. We'll be carrying on the block ogre again, just because he has a slight higher chance of hanging onto it. So probably no blitz. Well, we might blitz with one. We'll have to blitz with one off the line. And if we do manage to knock them and push them, then we can base up most of the dwarfs here. Probably take some blocks in return for our thanks. Otherwise we simply push the dwarfs back and hold position. Let them reposition. We do have turns to work with. You get 3 dice. And let's go for that way around because we can make it 3 dice across the board. Which helps to offset the lack of block. Quick snap is helpful because that gets us 1 square closer to the ball. And does it help here? The ball's going to be over there, so we're going to be pushing this way. So having you stood there helps. And having you in there, blocking this way, kind of helps. In fact, you can also stand in there, because what you can actually do here is block there. You two. And you guys are going to come back. One, two, three, four, five. You might. Can I afford to risk another player? Not really. Let's put you there. And the bounce isn't helpful. First things first is, let's see about blitzing here, or just going to Bonehead. Not what we were hoping for, gotta be honest. We do get a knockdown there though. And it's a stun. And we get the knockdown there. This one we can follow up. Okay, so can we make the pickup? Yes, we can. We can't do anything helpful there. You're pinned, you're pinned. You're not. Yes, you are, but you're going to give away a block. Whew. I'd like to move you, but you're only going to get blitzed. If you do, I don't see the point of making that foul. It's not very helpful at this point. So let's just bring you in. I don't mind if you die. And you get away. You're going to have to pretty much stand there, I think. Okay, we have the ball, which is all we can hope for, really. That is very disappointing. It means we did give away that block there. Which means we give away the assist there. And 3 dice there gets the foul. No break this time. In fact, no break both times. Which is on the lucky side for us. So we've seen, so we've got a block here if he commits another player or 2. Oh, a foul. Interesting move there from the Dwarfs given the number situation. Especially on just a generic Gnoblar. That doesn't seem like a healthy trade. And double skulls draws out another. Might not, but should draw out another dwarf. No, it eats it. And no stun there. Okay, a blitz there. Can we? That's only one dice. Which means I would have to put a player in somewhere. Probably you, and probably in there. Would cancel that assist. I don't like it. But that as a blitz, that as a screen, and pull the ball carrier up is the play here. So we need a knockdown here for this to be worthwhile. That isn't a knockdown. Which means not what the dice we were looking for. We do get 3 dice here as a block, but it's definitely not what we were after. If we move, we still have 4 turns. If we happen to be stood there. Is that worth it? So that's probably going to see us a little bit swamped. Being stood there is probably the better play. That would be a couple of 2+ dodges, so let's see about this one first. We get away with a dodge there. And we get away with the dodge there. I was tempted to make the play there, but I think we're actually going to go for there. I don't see the dodge out here and go for it to get in range. And that probably wasn't worth it. Bonehead there would have been pretty horrible for us. And we roll a 1, which means we're going down. Not worth the reroll. And it's an armor break, it's just a stun. And that does mean a block there does potentially see a route through, but I'm probably going to have to go down here to prevent it. Let's see, if we could get a draw out of this, that would be a pretty good result. That square there prevents... Yep, standing there does block a square, and I think that square probably prevents the blitz on the ball carrier. Pow there doesn't help. But not breaking there does. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're tagged out. And so you're both stunned. Well, you can move. And it's probably the answer is to go still through these guys, because there's more dwarves over here. You 2, you 3. Oh, a cheeky 1-die pow, which gets one of the dwarves back. So depending on that placement, that does change things. Back into the centre does kind of give him lots of options for placement in the upcoming turns. Okay, our guard ogre is pinned. So you could blitz out and then stand somewhere. Or you're not going anywhere, so let's see about standing you up. Okay. You could get out and stand in there, and then have a 3-die blitz. Better if you happen to be stood there, but that would be, well, still doable. Because all the tackle is over here. 3-die blitz in there. I think that's probably the best play. So let's see. Can we make the first dodge? Yes, we can. Can we make the second dodge? Yes, we can. And we can go 1, 2. No bonehead, helpful. And a knockdown, more helpful. I don't really want to be stood next to the sideline. But I think I kind of have to be. Let's see about you. Ooh, I don't really want that bone. Oh, we double won the bonehead. That's bad news. Because, how do I stop this? Can I stop this? Now being a serf, is it possible? Obviously, you can come in there. That's only a guard. Well, it's a guard, so it doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dauntless. The only way to do it would be to stand there. And at this point, failing this guy's bonehead, it doesn't matter. Well, that's inconvenient, indeed. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4. So double go for it would say this assist viable. But putting that there stops this, or forces a dodge now. Or just a push, which we are going to use as a dodge. Which way are we going to push you? I would rather pull you this way, I think. Now we get the knockdown. Stand there. It is just a stun, so we're still on the pitch. We are still filling in a square. But you can now come 1, 2, doesn't matter 3, 4. Nope, hasn't changed anything by doing that. Not sure how we deal with that one. But happy to hand a stun up there. Okay, risking the dice. Let's just see. And gets him. Gets what he needed. Really didn't need that bonehead. So we're down an ogre and the ball is in the crowd. And the ball is... Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it, go for it. The only thing we can try here. He has a reroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go for it, go for it. And he has a dwarf in range of the ball. It might be time to try throwing a gnoblar. The throw might be the play here. Because that would be dodges with tackle, which I don't really want to make. But, ooh, that one is just a push. Okay, pushed there is fine. Brave enough to make another one. And bringing himself a scoring threat. Try and make this 2-all. Sorry, 2-all. In my dreams, is it 2-all? And that is indeed the knockdown. We'll stay where we are. Or at least we get a chance to pin those two down. So first things first, stand you up. And stand you up. Stand you up. And let's make this the blitz because it's not going to matter. We aren't blitzing with anyone else. And we manage a stun. Should we go this way? No, you're not going to make any difference. Let's just go and stand in there. Okay, so time now to see if we can throw a snotling, and we've got to do it from there. The bonehead is good. So, throw a teammate. Can we get to there? We make the landing. Woohoo! Well, all it is now is a 3+ pickup. We'll throw a reroll at it because we need to. And we're rewarded with a touchdown. The Ogres managed to level the score. And Super Gnoblar is still making a name for himself there with yet another touchdown, and the Dwarfs still down 2 players. Right, we are going to try a wider setup this time. And the Dwarves are at the same number of players here, but 2 turns rather than the numbers they had before. So let's bring you guys back a bit. So we've got someone to work with next turn. Let's try that. So that forces the Dwarves a little bit wider, and I think it probably reduces the number of blocks they can take with these numbers. And if we come out of this with a draw, that is, in my books, a good win. Ogres Dwarves is a horrible matchup for the Ogres, and a marvellous matchup for the Dwarves. They come preloaded with all the skills you need to remove the gnoblars, and basically the skills you need to remove the Ogres. With block, with dauntless, with an abundance of guard, even in the small teams like these, and even a mighty blow, though we did manage to chip it early on. Whereas we come with none of the skills you need to beat Dwarves, because there aren't any. Dwarves are such a tough team to work against. We've had many discussions about how Stunty should cancel tackle on a block to even out the Stunty teams, but we play Stunties for the reason that they are rubbish. We shouldn't be trying to make them better. Though the updates, the Games Workshop updates to the Halflings and the Goblins redressed that quite significantly. The Ogre one not so much. It helps leagues out, but not tournament play. The new Halfling positionals and the stars make a big difference to tournament play for Halflings. And we both get a reroll this time, which means we've picked up 3 rerolls. So either I can't remember if we have a coach or a cheerleader. We certainly don't have coaches, but we have the fame, and it's worked for us every time here. And that's a knockdown. We'll be going this way. We are stunned. Goes 2 turns, and his chances are going to try and score with this blitzer. And that means I have to try and clobber him with the Ogre. Where is our super? Super Gnoblar is on 21 points. Ooh, that's the dwarf reroll used. Is it a double 1? No, it's not. Oh, I hadn't spotted how deep the kick was. That isn't going to help. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can just about get enough to block this dwarf out of the way. Brings down the ogre there. It's not a dwarf at all. We have sure hands for the pickup. That will make a bit of an issue. That will stop us from getting the ogre out. Yes, that will stop us from getting the ogre out. Can we do it another way? I don't think we can. Sure hands not needed. We get a 6 on the pickup. Will there be a pass this turn? Or will the pass come in the final turn of the game? Looks like it'll be in the final turn. We'll be taking a push, I think. We haven't got block on this ogre. Oh, sorry, he's waiting for me to pick. And he does follow up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go for it, go for it. Will he make the dodge back here? Opts for it and goes down. Okay, that might change something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not really. Doesn't really change anything. You still get 2 dice there. You just get to stand up or roll a bonehead, that's fine too. You only get the block. If you got to block there, you could go 1, 2. But that will only push you to there, which I don't really like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You would stand there. I don't really like that either. So I think it is actually, we have to take a block here. We take a block here, we take a blitz there, and we try and move that ogre. That's the play. So this is just a block. And then we'll put a couple of gnoblars. Right, 1, 2, 3. Do I blitz? Is that guard? No, that's block. Or do I try and take you out? If I got the tackle out of the way, that would probably be good. We have a reroll for this. We don't need it. And we take down one of the tackle. And we have another square, so let's go and stand there. Right. Which means now you guys can move without the fear of the tackle. And you should have been stood there. That was a mistake. And no. No, I couldn't have got there. I could have gone into there. That was the square. Too late to worry about it now, though. Ooh, we pop dodge on the first dodge. Well, we get away with it. I'm glad we managed to move that tackle. There's a dwarf down there? Yes, there is. So we haven't used our reroll. Okay, so let's try getting... That's the only dodge we need to make. And we do make that dodge. And we do make that dodge. It means we have no one to make our own attempt here to score. We are banking purely here on our ability to stop the dwarves from scoring. But we do have a 16. So if it does come down here to the dwarf scoring, we do still have a shot at the one-turner. And I joked earlier, because I misspoke and said 2-2, but it could actually get to 2-2. And the most action happening on turn 16, both halves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's a long pass. And it has to pass to this square, unless you're hands off to an agility 2 player. So you'd have to pass and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. You still need to get the ball to this player in this square. because he can't pass it once he gets to the end zone. Gets his knockdown there. And only a stun though, which I think works for us. It does. Unless he wants to try. I know the snotlings don't apply, and he hasn't bothered with the touchdown. The Dwarves have given up their one chance there at scoring, so it will finish a draw. Yep, the Slayer is completely out of range. We don't have a snotling. Oh, we do have a snotling on his feet. I don't think we're going to see him in a position to... Ooh, a cheeky 4+ dodge there from the Slayer. And I doubt we can throw a snotling, in fact throw this snotling that far. So I think we will be risking that to give me a 3 dice block. And we get away with it. And if I bring you into there, we get to have a 3 dice blitz. Oh, triple skulls into just a push. You get to stand there, and that's out of guard, so standing you up doesn't help. 2 dice here. It's just a push. And that is us done. So, what did our opponent have to say? Let's look in the other rounds. There we go, guys. The overly lucky Ogres pick up another draw. And I believe that makes them 3-3-1. Now, if someone had offered me a 3-3-1 record when I picked Ogres, I would have called them daft.